Bend Cubs and the Indianapolis Colts. This is 96.1 WSBT South Bend, the sports leader.
Hey, very pleasant good afternoon to you, and welcome to Dixon Field in Plymouth as we get set for 4A semi-action. Team. Hits, 2 errors for Washington Township. Rossville, 8 runs, 12 hits, 3 errors. Washington Township had a 5-run first inning and then later a 7-run fourth that kind of extended that game a little bit. So we're glad to be here with you. Joined today by a special guest. We've got, with the baseball team at Semi-State, we've got the head coach of the Mishawaka 4A Semi-State football team, Kinder, in with us today. Great to have you aboard.
Thanks a lot, Sean. It's awesome that you asked me to be here today. Because watching them the last 4 or 5 games, I've been pacing and nervous, and maybe this will take my mind off it.
That's right.
A little bit, and can actually just stay focused in the game. So really excited to be here. What a special run this has been for John and his staff and the baseball team. And
those games over at LaPorte, the regionals last week, and of course Mishawaka is back on this field after their 3 sectional games down here a couple of weeks ago. But a really big turnout over in LaPorte, a lot of fan support, a lot of parents and family, obviously, but a lot of staff like you that were over there as staff and family supporting the Cavemen last week.
Yeah, one of the things that you and I even talked about, 7 of the starters today played football for us last fall, and were starters in football. So, we stress across all fronts, multiple sport athletes, and so, our coaching staff's job of supporting, Coach Heklinski was at every football game. Obviously he's here because his boys play him.
Jack, yep.
That's one of the special things about Mishawaka is just the support that you have from the community and the staff.
And I mean, you talk about the football players, and it's probably pretty well known by now. 12 guys from the football team are on this varsity roster here this weekend at Semi-State for the baseball team. And then you've got a handful of those guys who also played basketball. A.J. Rosebush played basketball. Colin Fee was on the wrestling team. So you've got a lot of multi-sport guys out here. It's pretty cool to see.
Yeah, it is really cool to see. And, John asked me to come out and speak to the team a week and a half ago. And when I was talking to them, I talked to them about that. A.J. Rosebush has stood at the free throw line late in the game having to make free throws.
Right.
That's a pressure situation.
Yep.
Colin Fee on the wrestling mat. Our kids that played in some, really pressure situations in the fall. So they're prepared for tonight in terms of how they're going to handle their emotions and all that stuff. It's just, are they going to play better today?
That's right. They're going to see a good team, and both of these teams have pitched really well and hit pretty well also in this postseason. Hamilton Southeastern outscored its 3 sectional opponents 15-1 and then 20-1 in the 2 regional games. So 35-2, they've outscored their opponents, and then for Mishawaka, it is 23-3, I believe. Yeah, 23-3. That they've outscored their opponents. 3 consecutive shutouts coming into this weekend. So hopefully we don't see a slugfest like we saw in the first game. We expect to see, whether or not we'll get it, we expect to see a pitcher's duel with some pretty good guys, pretty good arms on the mound. Sam Schreibley is going to start for Mishawaka today. Yeah,
I'd be shocked if we saw anything near the 13-8 score of the first game. Like you said, 3 straight shutouts. And really, in the regional opener, Grant Jablonski went 7 innings.
Yeah.
And the same time,
Mishawaka is getting ready.
So
we've totally right. Take it. Those of you watching on Mishawaka Network should be able to watch that. Of course, for our radio audience, we're going to take a timeout right now. We've got a couple of interviews we're going to let you hear. First, you'll hear from Cavemen head coach John Hemmer. After that, baseball team had a little media day event earlier this week, and I was able to talk with Sam Shively, the starting pitcher today, as well as Grant Jablonski and Ryan Watt. They've been their three big guns on the mound throughout this season. So I talked with both of them. So you hear both of those conversations coming up next. A beautiful day, a little bit of breeze and sunshine in the air here at Bill Nixon Field in Plymouth. Great day for some semi-state baseball. And we've got it coming up next with Keith Tinder, Sean Stiers, 4A semi-state baseball. Mishawaka and Hamilton Southeastern is on the way. First pitch is in about 23 minutes or so on Mishawaka Network at 96.1 WSBT, the sports leader.
We can't pick everything in life, right? Parents, where we grow up, or things like the weather. But leadership, that's a choice. We're the faculty and staff of Mishawaka schools, and we see tomorrow's leaders in every neighborhood, every town around. We're growing leaders in a culture of excellence with project-based learning, award-winning arts, sciences, a focus on safety, small class size, and preparing students for the global economy. Growing leaders in a culture of excellence. That's the Mishawaka way. You can't pick everything in life, but you can pick a culture of excellence. The Mishawaka way. Be great. Pick Mishawaka Schools. Enroll today. Visit pickmishawakaschools.com. pickmishawakaschools.com.
Our Mishawaka 4A semi-state pregame coverage continues on 96.1 WSBT, the sports leader. Sean Stiers, and joined right now by Cavemen head coach John Hemmer.
John, I guess, first of all, how's it feel to be taking Mishawaka to a semi-state for the first time in 22 years?
It's an amazing feeling just to be with these guys for an extra day, to be able to prepare for the next game, because we're winding down to how many days we're going to be together on the same field.
Do you remember what was going through your mind right before that last pitch?
We're going to semi-state. I trust Sam and Derek, or actually Ryan and Derek, to get that last out, and sure enough, they did. Nick Bodle made a heck of a catch out in right field with the tailing ball, and it was just fun to watch those guys be able to do that.
You got the Gatorade bath, of course, after that, and the whole thing. Anything just that maybe stands out above anything else from that day?
Just the teamwork, the chemistry of this team, day in, day out. It's what makes this team successful. And it's not at that point, oh my gosh, we just did it, but what was all that good stuff that we developed as a team, as individuals, to make this a dream season?
Of course, that game was suspended Saturday night by the weather, and then you pick it up Monday night after, with a day in between. And after that, day in between and the whole thing, just to come right out and get a couple runs early.
Well, it's very important because Lake Central's a very good team. Just to be able to put a couple runs up and then let our deep pitching and defense take over is just astronomically huge, because Lake Central could put up runs. They did that against Crown Point, put up 8 runs in a couple of innings, and next thing you know, Crown Point wasn't themselves. And that's what we were trying to do, but Lake Central did a great job of limiting us after that first inning to 0 runs, even though we had our opportunities.
After a great regular season, for probably 90% of the regular season, you dropped 3 or 4 at the end of the regular season. Now you're on a 5-game roll right now. And of course those were a couple good teams that you dropped those games to as well, Penn and Northridge, but did it maybe serve as a little bit of a wake-up call for your guys coming into the postseason?
Oh, definitely, and that came from a couple of players that we just can't step on the field and think that we're just going to roll over everybody. We have to have that confidence and that mindset that we are going to do it, and then put our mindset into our actions.
What stood out to you most about your team during these 5 games so far, the postseason?
The resiliency, the desire to win so we can play the next game.
As you get ready now, you're going to take on Hamilton Southeastern. Any early scouting report on them that you've got?
Well, they have some decent pitching. They got a left-handed pitcher who has an ERA of 1.22. He's supposed to be walking on at Ball State, from what I understand, so he must be a pretty dang good pitcher. They're a very solid team, and hopefully we can get some more information on these guys before we can step on the field with them and get the upper advantage on them.
Now, you've got, as we've talked before, you've got 3 good pitchers. You don't have to tell me who, but have you decided yet who's pitching Saturday?
Actually, we haven't gotten that far yet, to be honest with you. So
would you tell me if you knew?
I would, but seriously, I'm still trying to get through this week at finals week, and actually I had a lack of sleep Monday night from all the adrenaline and the emotions that were running wild that night. So it's still recovering from that. So Coach Shively and I are going to talk today and figure out who our best matchup is, and if we don't make up a decision, we're going to probably do that after we get some more information on Hamilton Southeast.
Somebody asked me, who's got the better mustache, you or Grant Jablonski at this point?
I got to give it to Grant. He's way better looking than me. I may be a close second, but there's no way I can top his. He's done such a great job with his.
What would it mean for you to be able to coach your team in a state championship game?
It's a dream come true. My vision is when I came in here in 2005 as the head coach, coming from Penn after we were able to win a state title in 2001, to take that desire, that dream, to be able to go play at Victory Field and hold up a championship, that championship trophy, and especially the first one in school history.
Is there one word that would sum up best this season, this team that you've got to this point?
Well, if I was going to do that, I would say one, resiliency of the desire to win the next game, even after having a bad game. And my personal is just blessed to have a great group of guys, especially this group of seniors that have meant so much to me.
John, thanks. Good luck to you.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me on the show.
Our semi-state pregame show continues. Coming up next, you will hear from 3 Mishawaka pitchers, Sam Shively, Grant Jablonski, and Ryan Watt. We will do that next when we continue with the Mishawaka semi-state 4A pregame show on 96.1 WSBT, the sports leader.
Good luck, Cavemen, from Kevin Frazier and the team at BSN Sports. BSN Sports provides uniforms and team apparel for several local high school baseball, softball, volleyball, soccer, and football programs. BSN distributes top-quality Under Armour, Nike, Rawlings, Mizuno, and Holloway products throughout the entire area. If your team wants to look good, call Kevin Frazier and the BSN Sports team at 574-229-7999. BSN Sports is proud to be the exclusive provider of Under Armour uniforms for the Mishawaka Cavemen.
Midland Engineering Company has been completing quality commercial roofing jobs nationwide from right here in Michiana for nearly 100 years. But did you know Midland also boasts the area's only standalone service department in the commercial roofing business? Midland knows the negative effects a leaking roof can have on your business, so their team is ready to help Michiana's small business owners keep working. Why take a chance with your business? Trust the professionals at Midland Engineering Company, proud to be Michiana born and raised.
Mishawaka 4A semi-state pregame show coverage continues on 96.1 WSBT, the sports leader. Joined right now by 3 Mishawaka pitchers, Grant Jablonski, Sam Shively, and Ryan Watt.
Well, guys, it's off to semi-state. This is the first time since before you guys were even born that Mishawaka's been to a semi-state. So I'll just go around the horn here. And what's it mean to each of you to be regional champs and going to semi-state now?
It's something special. It kind of shows the hard work that we've put in, not only this year, but the years past and how long we've been together. And, I mean, hopefully we stay together one more week.
And, of course, since this is radio, I should say that that's Sam. So now, Grant, you can tell me.
It's super exciting. Being able to, already have our name etched in history for something we're not even, fully accomplished yet is great, especially with the group that's been playing together so long, even before high school, and to finish with them is awesome.
Ryan, how about you?
Going along with what Sam, it's just nice to see what we've done from last year to this year and how much we've improved as a team and as individual players.
Ryan, you were on the mound, of course, for the last out in that regional championship. Do you remember what was going through your mind before that last pitch?
Throw strikes and make sure we get it done.
How about when Nick Bodle made that last catch in right field.
That was an amazing catch. Watching that from the mound, seeing it floating around, and slowly getting that diving catch was pretty cool to watch.
And, of course, you two guys were out in the field. What did you think, Grant?
You know, I hate to admit it, but I think everyone had last year going through their head a little bit. But just making sure we finished the game clean like we played all game was really all that was going through our head.
Sam, the guy who hit that ball, the left-hand batter, Loden, he had hit a grand slam on Saturday in Lake Central's first game, and he ended up kind of wearing a couple in that game. Was not necessarily making him wear it, but was kind of staying away from his power. Was that kind of a plan going into the game?
Absolutely, but, I mean, he crowded the plate, so we were trying to go in on him, jam him a little bit, and, I mean, I guess I missed my spot.
Sam, you guys were kind of a little bit of a Cinderella last year, the way you made it to the regional championship game. You had to knock off Penn after losing to them during the regular season. Was there just kind of a different feeling, a different mission for this team throughout the season?
I wouldn't really necessarily say that. I mean, we always have the one goal just to keep winning and keep winning. And last year, I mean, we fell short of, obviously, to continue to go. And this year we've just had that same mentality of just trying to win every single day.
Grant, at the same time, did that motivate you at all after being that close last year?
Yeah. You know, after causing some upsets last year in the tournament, it definitely felt like some people were after us, and you know, to avoid those and be where we're playing today is pretty awesome.
Ryan, of course, all three of you guys were on the semi-state in baseball.
Over to here, I've tried to be a leader here, especially like with Grant and Ryan. They also help too, and just being on the mound, it helps. So,
how does maybe being the quarterback of the football team, how does that help you out there on the mound as a pitcher?
Just trying to stay in control, go at them all the time. That's how it is at football too. I mean, I get the ball, you just go at them. You get that 3 to 5 yards every time, and in baseball, it's just go at them, throw strikes, pound the zone.
Grant, you didn't play football the last 2 years. You played as a freshman. You had the collarbone injury, right? And then you didn't play the last couple years and played a key role on the football team. You ended up being the leading scorer on the basketball team, and now the success you've had. Could you have imagined a senior season like this?
No, it's been great. You know, you learn to compete from all the other sports, especially football, and it really, I think it shows in baseball, and it can help excel.
Brian, I'll start with you on this next one. You're the top three pitchers on this team, and you've all got kind of different roles, you know, a couple starters mostly, and you being the reliever, Ryan. So maybe, is there a way that you've grown the most throughout this season as a pitcher?
It's just competing with these guys every day at practice. We all throw our bullpens. We all do our long toss. It just comes down to who's going to push each other the most, and we've done that extremely well this year, and that helps us compete on the field and off the field too.
Grant, how about you?
You know, like Ryan said, it's one of those things where we're all competing because we all want to, you know, push each other to be the best we can and ultimately perform the best when the game comes.
Sam?
Yeah, competing with these two other guys, I mean, it's helped a lot, especially in, like, big games. Like, last weekend, I mean, none of us know which one's going to start. It's on Saturday because we all pitched so well. So we don't know who's going to start, and, you know, you have to go out every single game and throw your best, or you never know what's going to happen.
Is there anything, and I'll ask all three of you guys this, but I'll start with you, Sam. Is there anything that either of the other two guys does as a pitcher that maybe you wish you had in your repertoire?
Grant in specific, he just knows how to find the zone always, and it doesn't matter what the count is, who's the batter, he just finds the zone. And Ryan, obviously, he's got some really good breaking stuff, and he's got that velo to him, but I think I'm more of a mix in between those two. So,
Grant?
It has to be velocity. They both have a few more MPHs on me.
But they don't have the mustache.
That's right.
So.
That's right. But definitely velocity is something that I could wish I could take from them.
Ryan?
Starting with Grant, it would probably be more of his control. He's got some nasty breaking balls. And then for Shively, it would have to be his mindset as a starter. I mean, we have different roles, him being a starter and me being a reliever. So we have different mindsets when it comes to that. But at the end of the day, we're all going to go out there and throw strikes and compete up there on the mound.
And again, I'll ask each of you guys this. What would it mean to you, starting with Ryan, to be able to play for a state championship?
It would mean a lot to us. It would mean a lot to our program. It would give us another boost of confidence for the years coming and something to chase after for the younger kids, too.
Grant?
It would mean everything. Although we probably didn't know it at the time, playing Little League Baseball and all that, it was really for moments like this, and to finally have it here in front of us is special.
Sam?
It's something that you dream about, and we've all been dreaming this since we were little kids, growing up playing baseball all the time. And it's paying off with what work that we put in, and it's awesome.
Now I'm going to go around and I'm going to throw a teammate at you, and you guys just tell me what comes to mind, okay?
So let's start with Dylan Avery.
Dylan's a very quiet kid, but at the end of the day, he's got a very good work ethic, and he always puts the time in. So,
Nick Bodle.
Nick Bodle, he's a great teammate, for sure. Good teammate, good friend, one of the hardest workers I know, and he deserves any credit he gets.
Caleb Crothers.
Caleb Crothers, he's a special one. He's a character. He comes out here every day, and he does his role on the team, and he helps us get ready every day for practicing and any games that we have as well.
C.J. Fisher.
C.J. also is a great kid, great student. Sure stinks to see it end the way it did for him. But I know he'd love to be out here, and he's had a great role so far in the team this year.
Does anyone call him Carl?
Yeah, most people do.
Just to get to it.
Yeah.
All right. Bryce Grueller.
Bryce is one of those quiet kids again. He's kind of like Dylan Avery, but he's got a very good potential. And once he gets a little bit stronger, a little bit faster, he's going to be really good in his upcoming years.
Jack Heklinski.
Jack's more of the mental guy where if he can focus, he's going to be really good, and he's going to make the routine plays, and he's going to be the guy out there.
Christian Woods,
great teammate also. He'd have anyone's back, and he's the guy you want on the team for sure.
A.J. Rosebush,
he's a solid role in our team, and he's helped us a lot through our postseason runs and regular season stuff. He's a great player, great person to be around, and he's a fun person.
Colin Fee.
Colin Fee is another one of those hardworking kids. He definitely has a huge role with CJ being out. He's stepped up and played that role in left field as well, and he's another good person to be around.
Derek Dawson.
Derek Dawson's great, defensively, offensively. He's a great person you want to have on any team. He's definitely a key contributor to this team.
Sam Reisky.
He's one of my best friends, and he's the type of guy, if he's up to bat, you have confidence for him. He's the type of guy that you want up to bat, and in the field, he's awesome. He's got probably one of the best hands for how big he is that I've ever seen, and he always knows how to put a smile on my face.
Nick Hoopengarner.
Nick's one of those quiet kids again, but I played basketball with him, and he puts in a lot of time and effort and works hard.
Tyler Blackmar,
great personality, great guy. He's the guy you want to be around on and off the field. He's definitely a guy. He's pretty quiet, but he a lot of time likes to put his head down and get his work done.
Peyton Robinson.
Peyton, he has something set. He's going to do it, but he's also pretty funny. He's a really funny guy, and he works hard.
And then finally,
quality commercial roofing jobs nationwide from right here in Michiana for nearly 100 years. But did you know Midland also boasts the area's only standalone service department in the commercial roofing business? Midland knows the negative effects a leaking roof can have on your business, so their team is ready to help Michiana's small business owners keep working. Why take a chance with your business? Trust the professionals at Midland Engineering Company, proud to be Michiana born and raised.
Most people look elsewhere to find leaders, not us. We see them everywhere, every neighborhood, every town around. The most promising young men and women in this nation's history. Yours. We're the faculty and staff of Mishawaka Schools, and we're growing leaders in a culture of excellence with project-based learning, award-winning arts, sciences, small class size, and preparing students for a global economy. That's the Mishawaka way. Growing leaders in a culture of excellence. You can't pick everything in life, but you can pick faculty and staff who see greatness in every child. The Mishawaka way. Be great. Pick Mishawaka Schools. Enroll today. Visit pickmishawakaschools.com. pickmishawakaschools.com.
We are back live and getting closer to first pitch at Bill Nixon Field in Plymouth. They are chalking the boxes at home plate, so that is very good sign, doing the last drag of the infield. And the starting pitching matchup today is going to be a right-hander, Sam Shively, for Mishawaka, and we'll give you some numbers on him in a minute. And his counterpart for Hamilton Southeastern is Michael Dillon, and he is a right-hander who is warming up in the bullpen right now. And Keith Kinder, head coach of the Mishawaka 4A semi-state football team, and yeah, I mean, you've got baseball coaching in your background as well, and I was digging through your bio information. You, of course, won a couple football state championships at Jimtown and also got to play for a state championship in baseball as well, correct?
Yeah, I did, and like I mentioned earlier, the opportunity I had to talk to our baseball team a week and a half ago, and I mentioned, just the similarities between the senior class that I was fortunate enough to play with when I was in high school and this group of seniors. Just a special group. It didn't matter what sport they're playing, just really special. But, Victory Field is an incredible place. It was a great experience. We got whooped pretty good, 9-0. So I'd like to forget about that. But I think about that game often. But, really just think about, just the special.
Guys, including the starting pitcher and the catcher, Sam Shively and Derek Dawson, the guys who got to have that semi-state appearance in football, that's got to carry over for these guys on the field today.
I agree. I think it really does. It's a completely different sport, but the games aren't that much different. In football, in games like this, if you don't turn the football over, all right, whoever makes the most mistakes is probably not going to win. And I think the same thing in a semi-state baseball game. If you don't make errors, you throw strikes. If you don't leave guys on base when you're up to bat, I think you got a good shot of winning. So I really think today, Sean, it's going to be important to score first. I think whoever scores first is going to be at a distinct advantage, because then the pressure starts to, creep in if you fall behind early. And Mishawaka, in the past 3 or 4 games, has been able to jump right on top of their opponent. You think about the Lake Central game on Monday night, jump up 2-0, and
after a day and a half rain delay.
Correct. And so, not only are both teams sitting around waiting for the game, similar, you got to wait 6 days to play in the semi-state championship. So I think whoever scores first is going to have a really good shot of winning today.
Finishing the chalking and the sprinklers, getting some of the dust out of the air on the infield. Let's give you the starting lineups for this 4A semi-state championship. First for Hamilton Southeastern, the Royals from near Fishers, Indiana. Leading off and playing center field, Cole DeWale. The left fielder, Anthony Eggers, bats second.
Use an established process, a personalized financial strategy.
We We are back live in Plymouth, Indiana, and we are inching closer to first pitch. I mean, we really thought we'd be going by now, but they are finishing the introductions of both teams out on the field. And DJ Fisher being introduced right now, so let's talk about him for a minute here, Keith. He's coming out. He's got his walking boot on, his left leg. Here's a guy who he was hit by pitch in early May in the lower leg, and he kept playing through it, thought he was okay, and the pain just kept getting worse. So he finally went and got an x-ray and found out he had a broken bone. And I talked to him earlier this week because I talked to him last week, and he said, well, with some luck, maybe I can play next week. The doctor didn't clear him, but he's a guy who's done a little bit of everything, both football, baseball, basketball, and excellent grades, a National Merit Scholar, and he got a big award from the National Football Foundation earlier this week as well.
Yeah, he's had about as good of a high school career as you could possibly have, and he made the most of all of his opportunities, you know, whether it be with athletics or in the classroom. And because of that, he's going to get paid to go to college. You know what I mean? Like
for academics.
Yes. I wish I would have had the high school career that he had, and I wouldn't be paying student loans still. You know what I mean? But
right.
He's had such a great career, and I guarantee if he could be out there playing today, he would be. It's got to be hard for him, you know, to have your career cut short because of an injury after all the things that you've accomplished, and you're out here with your buddies. So I'm sure he's feeling really excited for his teammates, but a little down because he's not out there.
And the rest of the Cavemen being introduced as well. We'll tell you about today's starting pitchers. It's going to be Sam Shively making the start for Mishawaka. Sam, who of course was also the quarterback of the football team. Are we going to have the anthem now? Apparently we are. So we'll take a timeout for the national anthem, and then we will be back with first pitch. Mishawaka and Hamilton Southeastern here in Plymouth on WSBT.
Good luck, Cavemen, from Kevin Frazier and the team at BSN Sports. BSN Sports provides uniforms and team apparel for several local high school baseball, softball, volleyball, soccer, and football programs. BSN distributes top-quality Under Armour, Nike, Rawlings, Mizuno, and Holloway products throughout the entire area. If your team wants to look good, call Kevin Frazier and the BSN Sports team at 574-229-7999. BSN Sports is proud to be the exclusive provider of Under Armour uniforms for the Mishawaka Cavemen.
Midland Engineering Company has been completing quality commercial roofing jobs nationwide from right here in Michiana for nearly 100 years. But did you know Midland also boasts the area's only standalone service department in the commercial roofing business? Midland knows the negative effects a leaking roof can have on your business, so their team is ready to help Michiana's small business owners keep working. Why take a chance with your business? Trust the professionals at Midland Engineering Company, proud to be Michiana born and raised. Midland Engineering Company has been...
Dave Ramsey here to tell you about my good friends at Ace Maytag, the largest home appliance center serving North Central Indiana and Southwest Michigan. They have a large selection of Maytag, Amana, Whirlpool, and KitchenAid appliances. I'm talking about top name brand refrigerators, freezers, gas and electric ranges, microwaves, washers, and dryers. Visit Ace Maytag, located at 810 East McKinley in Mishawaka.
Maytag, the store that serves good.
Well, we're closer to first pitch. Sean Stires with Keith Kinder here at Bill Nixon Field in Plymouth, Indiana. This 4A semi-state matchup. The winner plays for the state championship on either Monday the 17th or Tuesday the 18th at Victory Field in Indianapolis. Sam Shively making the start. This will be his 11th start and 13th overall appearance this season. Sam is 8-3 with a 1.36 earned run average. He's logged 51 1/3 innings, which is a team high. Has given up 43 hits, 24 runs, just 10 of them earned. 71 strikeouts and 14 walks in 51 1/3 and a 221 opponent batting average. And, I mean, we were sitting here, Keith, looking at these lines of the Mishawaka pitchers. I think just about anybody in the state would drool over Shively's 1.36. Then you got Grant Jablonski at .41. Not to mention Ryan Watt, the closer, at .95.
Yeah, and the remarkable thing about Grant's ERA is he's thrown 50 innings this year, so it's not like a 10-inning .4 ERA.
Exactly.
That's over the course of a season, so that's impressive. And I think the big key for Sam today is just get ahead of hitters. First pitch strike, get ahead of hitters. We're not getting behind the count, and then allowing them to kind of sit on his fastball and drive it somewhere.
Cole DeWale is the first batter he will face, batting .342, a team-high 4 triples, a .493 slugging percentage, and a .459 on-base percentage. First pitch, fastball inside to the left-hand batter, 1-0. 4:53 is our official start time.
Sean, this is what we were talking about, behind 2-0, if that happens consistently, Sam might get himself into some trouble because now he's got to throw and miss again.
And now he's behind 3-0 as a pitch misses low and inside to the left-hand batter. And there have been some times where he's kind of struggled a little bit with control early, but then battled back. But he will walk Hamilton Southeastern's leadoff batter, Cole DeWale, on 4 straight pitches.
And he thought he got robbed one there, But leadoff walks. You've coached baseball. I've coached baseball. What's the percentage that those score?
Seems like all the time, doesn't it?
Especially in high school baseball, you got to be thinking of bunt here.
Anthony Eggers, the left fielder, is the next batter. Eggers batting .322, a team high 28 or second most 28 hits. A .427 slugging percentage, and he's a lefty as well. And
he's not gonna, they're not gonna make him bunt.
No.
Until Sam throws a strike, though, I don't think.
And Sam kind of was throwing a get-it-over fastball there, it looked like, but home plate umpire said up above the belt, so it's 1-0. That's 5 straight balls Shively has thrown, and he throws to first to check DeWale, who has a team-high 11 stolen bases this season.
Well, here's the good thing about it. Sam got himself into trouble a little bit Monday, and bases loaded, nobody out. He was able to work out of that.
Yeah. From the stretch, runner not going anywhere, hit in the air, high left center field. Donovan Snyder drifting back, now running back, and it carries, and it's out of the ballpark. A 2-run home run by Anthony Eggers, the second batter of the game. Shively has thrown 5 straight balls, and his first strike is a home run to left center field.
Well, like we've been saying, you get behind hitters, and that's what's going to happen now. Derek Dawson goes out to the mound to talk to Sam. What he's telling him right now is, hey, calm down. Let's get ahead of the hitter. Still a long baseball game.
Absolutely, a long way to go. Eggers.
That thing carried, though, didn't it?
It did. It had a lot of carry, and that's his first home run of the season. But enough wind blowing that out up there, the breeze blowing up above us.
I talked to Sam's dad earlier this week, and he said that one of the things that concerned him about being at Plymouth was the dimensions of the field.
360 to straightaway center field, 342 and left and right center. 315 down the left field line, 314 to right. Definitely not the biggest field as a pitch is called a strike to Brayton Harrison, who has a count of 1-1. Harrison batting .261, 16 RBIs. Shively winds and delivers, hits sharply, bouncing a couple of times to second base, bobbled, thrown to first, just play. In time.
That's a big out.
And that was Jack Heklinski, who backhanded it and from down on his knees was able to make the play. Yeah, good job by staying with it there by Heklinski.
It was a great job. And back to that home run, if the ball's going to carry like that today, we may see more runs than we were anticipating, because it looked like off the bat that Donovan Snyder had a pretty good beat on it.
It did, and it just kept going and going and going. Now a fastball well up and away from Grayson Drost, who is far and away their best hitter. 25 RBIs, a .604 slugging percentage, big right-hand bat, swings and misses at a curveball, 1-1. An 1125 OPS and a 407. He is low and away, 1-1. Ryan Watt, Colin Fee, Donovan Snyder to follow.
Grant's been about a perfect leadoff hitter that you could have, on base percentage, pushing 500, hitting 370. Just found out, I think it was this week, that he got named to the North-South All-Star team. You know,
yep.
So he's had a great season at the plate, in addition to his success on the mound.
Absolutely. Great two-way player, and named second team All-NIC as a utility player, because what you just mentioned, he hits, he pitches, and of course he plays both middle infield positions as well, a little bit of everything. And I mean, I was talking to him in that interview we had in the pregame. It's like he's had about as great a senior season as anyone could have when you look at the three sports, leading the basketball team and helping you guys to semi-state, the pick 6 in sectionals against Hobart. He takes a strike right away from the right-hander Michael Dillon, 0-1. Good fastball low and away, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, you know, a great senior season, and how in the world do you have a .4 ERA and you're not a first-team NIC pitcher?
Check swing, called strike in the outside corner to Jablonski. He falls behind at 1-2. He's hitting .370. Team high 22 walks and 28 hits as well. Swings and misses as he bails out for out number 1.
A really good breaking ball, 2 strikes. Down, as he wasn't going to hit it if he swung. So really good start for Hamilton Southeastern.
Dillon making the start. He is 8-1 with a 2.36 earned run average. He's pitched 53 1/3 innings and has now 64 strikeouts. A called strike to A.J. Rosebush, 0-1. Just 14 walks and 53 1/3. Fastball up and away, 1-1.
He can bring it a little bit. He's got some good velocity on his fastball, locating his curveball pretty well early, and he's getting ahead of hitters.
Chop to third base, high, up to get it is Harrison. Throw to first is in time, 2 away. Clayton Harrison at third base, Jake Stout at short, Jake Houston at second, Grayson Drost at first, Anthony Eggers in left, Cole Whale in center, and Cam Boulding in right field. A blazing fastball for a strike in the outside corner to Nick Bodel, 0-1.
And as great a career as Grant's had, and as fortunate as he's been, Nick's kind of been the opposite in terms of his health. He's been fairly unlucky with his health. He popped up to the pitcher.
And calling for it is the pitcher to the first base side of the mound. Dillon makes the catch as Mishawaka goes in order in the first inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and none left. After 1 complete, it is 2-0. Hamilton Southeastern leads the Cavemen on Mishawaka Network and WSBT.
We've discovered something cool. We've discovered when you combine the mass media of radio with the targeted media of digital, businesses are having more success than ever. Both can be good by themselves, but together? So here's an offer for you. We're looking for people who are well-versed in digital advertising to join our team. When you're part of Midwest Family Broadcasting, your job is to find out what's going on with the business. Then find the right advertising to make them a success. The technical stuff of radio and digital is easy. You have to be great at ideas, confident in your skills, persistent, motivated to make a good living for yourself, understand digital advertising, and above all, professional. If you can bring those traits to us, we'll bring you the rest. Email Mike Klein at jobs@WSBTradio.com or visit getabetterjobtoday.com now. Midwest Family Broadcasting, an equal opportunity employer.
Top of the second with Hamilton Southeastern leading Mishawaka 2-0. The Royals send the 6, 7, and 8 batters to the plate. Jake Houston, Matthew Buckingham, and Jake Stout. Sam Shively on the mound into the windup with a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. So gets ahead in this inning after throwing 5 straight balls to start the first inning, start the game essentially. Just off the plate, 1-1. Mishawaka wearing white pants, maroon tops, and hats with that white block M. Fastball fouled off on the first base side, 1-2.
He seems to have found his rhythm, though. Even the second pitch in this at bat, just off the plate, he looks more comfortable now.
There's the curveball, fouled back to the on-deck batter for Hamilton Southeastern. Still a ball and 2 strikes. Houston hitting just .225, 9 driven in, 694 OPS. Shively winds and delivers a curveball, chopped to third base, scooped by a rosebush, taps his glove to first in time, 1 down.
Really good play by AJ. Moving to his left, got a really kind of a funny hop, stuck with it, and made a nice throw.
Good fielding infield. These guys, really good outfield as well, for that matter, with wheels across the outfield. Colin Fee in left, Donovan Snyder in center, and Nick Bodel in right field. All 3 guys from the football team, of course, upstairs to Buckingham 1-0.
Yeah, Sean, you're exactly right. You don't have 3 straight shutout games deep in the tournament without playing really solid defense, and these guys have done that all across the board. We mentioned the regional championship game. They had the Lake Central got the bases loaded with nobody out in the second inning because of 2 errors, but then we turned a double play right away, so they responded quite well.
After a curveball missed, the count's even at 1-1. Fastball spot on the outside corner, 1-2. Ooh, it was not. I thought he hit that spot, but it is 2-1. Buckingham batting .247. But it has driven in 25, and now 3-1 as Shively just misses again. Fouled back, and the count is full. Sun shining and a breeze blowing, maybe a little bit more than a breeze, I guess, blowing across the field from right to left, and that helped that home run in the first inning with the wind blowing that way. A little flare to shallow right, going back. Jack Hecklinski makes an over-the-shoulder catch, 2 down.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. It's pretty hot down there in the sun. I was standing there waiting for the first game, so thinking about Derek Dawson, making sure that he stays cool, in between innings, because 85 degrees in catcher's gear is not fun.
No, I guess at least they had the experience of last Saturday, because it was muggy last Saturday over there in LaPorte before all that weather finally came in. A strike to Jake Stout, the shortstop, 0-1. 2 down as he fouls one off to Stouts. Falls behind 0-2.
And then the temperature dropped like 30 degrees. It's incredible.
Crazy. 2 strikes to Stout, who's batting .250 with 6 RBIs. Fastball misses away, 1-2.
So really good 0-2 pitch. The Mishawaka crowd. By the way, great crowds from both schools.
Absolutely. The grandstand here, which is a really nice grandstand for a high school park, is packed. High fly ball left field with his sunglasses on, looking up to make the catch, Colin Fee, as Sam Shively responds after giving up the 2 runs in the first inning with a 1-2-3 inning. Middle of the second, it's Hamilton Southeastern 2, Mishawaka nothing in this 4A semi-state in Plymouth on WSBT.
The Beyond the Cave is a special partnership between Mishawaka Education Foundation and School City of Mishawaka to help School City students explore and plan for career education options following high school. In the Beyond the Cave Center, trained volunteers assist students and their parents to explore careers and post-secondary education and to succeed in applying for admission and scholarships. Contact the Mishawaka High School Guidance Department to schedule an appointment for you and your School City students today. Learn more at scmef.me.
Not on my watch, our military service members say, as they volunteer to serve, as they move out, stand firm, and take fire. So not on our watch, we say, to the severely ill or injured veterans who can't get the care they deserve to live full and independent lives, even when there's no government funding or a nursing home seems like the only option. We won't leave one warrior behind. Not on our watch. Join us at findwwp.org.
The home of Notre Dame football, Notre Dame basketball, the South Bend Cubs, and the Indianapolis Colts. This is 96.1 WSBT, South Bend, the sports leader.
With Mishawaka trailing Hamilton Southeastern 2-0 here in the bottom of the second inning. Derek Dawson leads off for the Cavemen. Popped up behind the plate. Catcher lost it. Now battling the sky. Comes back and makes the catch, one down.
That's a right idea by Derek. You know, a pitcher like this is as effective as he is. If you get a good first pitch fastball, you need to take a rip at it. He just got underneath it a little bit.
We have some activity in the Cavemen bullpen already as Grant Jablonski throws down there. Now Sam Shively, who is the pitcher of record for the Cavemen, takes a fastball high, 1-0.
And I think that was the plan coming in, Sean. I'll finish after this pitch.
Popped up, fouling out of play on the third base side, 1-1.
Been talking with John earlier today and with Coach Jim Shively. Their plan was to kind of have Sam go through the order one time, Grant through the order, and then hopefully have Watt finish it up. So I don't think that they're disappointed in Sam's start.
They plan to go with this either way. Yeah,
it was their plan.
Shively takes low and away, 2-1. Sam adding 247 with 9 driven in. A strike to him, and the count's even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Michael Dillon, the Hamilton Southeastern pitcher, making his 3rd postseason start. This is the 6th game. One hopper right back to the mound. It is snared by Dillon. He jumps toward first and underhands it to Grayson Gross for the 2nd out.
5 pretty quick outs by Dillon so far.
Yep. Now Sam Reisky, the first baseman. Dillon has pitched a total of had pitched a total of 12 innings, 19 strikeouts, 2 walks, no runs in his 2 previous postseason starts coming into this game. Swing and a miss by Reisky at the pitch, 0-1.
Well, they are playing really shallow in the outfield, aren't they?
They are. Fastball upstairs to even the count at 1-1. He had a no-hitter, a 5-inning no-hitter in a 14-0 win over Fort Wayne Southside in sectionals. Reisky fouls it out of play on the first base side. Well, I thought it was out of play, but
it is.
Okay,
yeah.
I was going to say those fielders over there.
They gave it a run for it.
We're ready to run and jump into the bullpen over there. Or not the bullpen, but that enclosed area over there.
I'll tell you what, if Sam Reisky can get a hold of one and hit it over the head and end up with a triple, I'll buy him a steak dinner. I promise you that right now. Steak dinner for Reisky.
All right.
If he can hit a triple here.
Guarantee right here. What about a double? Would you take a double?
No, he's got to get a triple if they're playing that shallow.
Okay. He takes called strike 3 instead. The Cavemen have gone 6 up and 6 down through the first 2 innings to start this 4A semifinal. No runs, no hits, no errors, and none left. Southeastern.
Cut steak. A stylish new garage door can change the entire look of your home. At Industrial Door of Northern Indiana, you can choose from traditional carriage house or other striking residential looks that will update the curb appeal of your home instantly. Visit Industrial Door of Northern Indiana's showroom at 3839 South Main Street in South Bend, or view their entire gallery, including lifestyle overhead and Mystic motorized garage screen doors at IndustrialDoorNI.com. Industrial Door of Northern Indiana, providing quality sales, service, and installation of commercial and residential overhead doors.
This Friday's Restaurant of the Week is Studebaker Brewing Company at Tippecanoe Place, and you can purchase two $25 certificates for only $25. Located on the third floor of the mansion, guests will be able to experience extended hours at the bar while enjoying handcrafted beer and an all-new menu featuring appetizers and small plates. So this Friday morning, go to restaurantoftheweek.com and get your half-price Studebaker Brewing Company certificates before they're gone.
Top of the third inning with Hamilton Southeastern leading 2-0 thanks to a first inning home run by Anthony Eggers. Hamilton Southeastern's first two batters, DeWale and Eggers, both reached. DeWale on the walk, then Eggers with the home run, and they are both left-handed as well. And
ensuing might have to be turning over, and this is what we talked about, why they had Grant Jablonski warming up. Be interesting to see what Coach Hemmer does here with this inning and how he handles that, because Sam will face the kid that hit a home run, Eggers.
that is very true. Cam Bowling behind 0-2, fouls it back and out of play, and the count stays 2 strikes to Bowling. Shively had given up just one home run all season, and the second batter he faced, he surrendered a home run here in this game in the dirt, blocked by Dawson, 1-2.
And I think it took him a couple batters, Sean, to kind of get an idea of the home plate umpire strike zone. Seemed a little bit
I mean, it wasn't like he was just completely missing. He was close. Now he gets the strikeout.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, if that wasn't a foot off the plate. So what goes around comes around, I
guess
suppose.
so. I guess so. This is Shively's 4th postseason start. He started here 2 different times on this field in sectionals, in the opener of sectionals against Michigan City and in the championship game against Plymouth. Right back to the mound by the leadoff batter. Shively fields it after walking DeWale on 4 pitches to start the game. On 1 pitch, DeWale grounds out to the mound for the second out here in the third. And that brings up Anthony Eggers, who hit a 2-run home run back in the first.
And if I know Sam, he's going to go right after him, Sean. He's not going to mess around. That home run is going to be out of his head. He is just going to attack him with fastballs, get ahead in the count.
The home run by Eggers is the only hit Hamilton Southeastern has, as he takes a strike on the curveball from Shively, 0-1.
Made a liar out of me.
Another curveball chopped to shortstop and misplayed by Jablonski. It looked like it bounced off his wrist as it came bouncing into the dirt. Eggers will reach on the air.
Kind of a bad hop there. My guess would be if Grant could have that back, he'd attack it a little bit more, not get caught in between. But if you are going to have an error, 2 outs and nobody on is about as good a position as you can be in to have one.
Especially, I guess, if it's the guy who hit the home run the first time as well.
Absolutely, but you have their best hitter up now.
Yep. Drost. Brayton Drost. Shively also started against Lake Central, went 5 innings against Lake Central in the regional championship game. Technically started a week ago tonight and then finished it when play resumed Monday. Called strike to Harrison, who grounded out to second base his first time up.
Well, how cool of a start was it to the Monday game when Sam picked Pick the
I know, right away.
First base.
Play resumes. There's a runner at first, and here he goes trying to pick once again. He's got quick feet.
I think he threw, he got out of an inning with one pitch to start a baseball game.
And then the pickoff.
It's a really strange thing.
And then, as you mentioned earlier, to get those 2 runs then in the bottom of the first and just that early momentum they were able to seize. Another throw to first. Back in safely is Eggers. Eggers has just 5 swipes on the base paths.
A hit and run wouldn't be out of the question right now.
Off speed upstairs, 2-1. 2-0 Hamilton Southeastern, a 2-1 count for the number 3 batter, Brayton Harrison.
I always thought when I coached, Sean, that this was a great time to steal. 2 outs, you got your 3 hitter up.
Right.
So if he gets thrown out, you're going to lead off with your best hitter.
Right.
And if he steals the base, then you've got a guy in scoring position for your best hitter. So, maybe they do send him here.
It's a decent lead, and he does go. Throw down to second, bounces in there. The tag applied, out at second base. The hose by Derek Dawson, the tag by Jack Heklinski, making a nice pick down there at second.
There's a hit and run, too.
He's getting the conversation right now.
He is getting an earful right now.
So 2-4 on that put out, and it will be Brayton Harrison leading off the 4th when Hamilton Southeastern bats again. No runs, no hits. 1 error and none left. Middle of the 3rd, still 2-0. The Royals from Hamilton Southeastern lead the Mishawaka Cavemen on Mishawaka Network and WSBT.
Hi, this is Doug Leckleitner. In 30 seconds, I'd like to give you 40 reasons why Leckleitner Door is the industry leader when it comes to garage door service and installation. But I can't talk that fast. What I can say is thank you to the thousands of customers who have trusted Leckleitner Door for the garage door repair and replacement needs for 40 years. For service on residential, commercial, industrial, or agricultural doors, give us a call at 295-6311. At Leckleitner Door, we open all the right doors.
Remember the phrase, early bird gets the breakfast burrito? Breakfast is now served at 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. daily at your favorite Mexican restaurant, Monterey Mexican Bar and Grill. Try Mexican and American breakfast classics with 3 alcoholic options to choose from, too. From burritos and skillets to combos and omelets, Monterey's new breakfast is something you need to experience. And the best part is you can dine in or order to go on your way to work, and they'll make it the way you need it. Off McKinley Avenue, just past Division Street, and online at MontereyMexican.com.
Bottom 3rd of the order for Mishawaka. It'll be Ryan Watt, Colin Fee, and Donovan Snyder here in the 3rd inning with the Cavemen trailing 2-0. Only runs of the game scored in the top of the 1st on a home run. Swing and a miss by Ryan Watt, who falls behind 0-1.
Good change up there.
Michael Dillon, the right-hander, rears back and fires a fastball away to even the count at a ball and a strike.
Now that was coming. that was upper 80s.
He just reached back and threw it as hard as he could. He didn't care where it was going.
I believe that too. Yeah.
He gets a called strike on the next one on the outside corner, 1-2. The third baseman comes well off the line, swing and a miss by Watt for strikeout number 3 for Michael Dillon.
This may be the most obvious thing that's ever been said on a baseball broadcast, but Mishawaka needs base runners for a couple of reasons. Not just the obvious, but he seems to be really comfortable on the mound.
Break up his rhythm,
Get him in the stretch, something. Walk, get hit by a pitch, whatever it may be. Mishawaka needs something to go their way here.
Home plate umpire making sure the Mishawaka players who are up on the top step, and there's the dugouts are down in the ground with steps and fences on front. He swings and misses 0-1. Looked like maybe somebody at the far end was hanging outside the dugout. He wanted to get him back in.
Colin Fee has been such a great example of what a good teammate can be. Backed up C.J. Fisher in left field. C.J. goes down, and then Colin has come in and had 2 big hits in the sectional, a triple in the regional. And there's not a nicer kid or a kid that deserves it more. Played a lot of good split end for us in the fall, but again, just a kid that was a good teammate, waited his time, and then made the most of his opportunity when he got it.
Behind in the count, 1-2. The wide and the pitch by Dillon, fouled off on the first base side. Still a ball and a strike.
Another three-sport kid.
Yeah.
Wrestles in the winter. 3 varsity letters. That's a remarkable feat.
Absolutely. He's going to go to college and wrestle next year. A swing and a miss at the breaking ball. The catcher, DeWolf, throws to first after it got in the dirt. 2 down, and Donovan Snyder, who is not your typical number 9 batter, he is the team's leading hitter at .457, 21 RBIs, 27 runs scored, essentially serves as that second leadoff guy in the number 9 spot with numbers like that.
Absolutely, and I'm sure that's exactly why John puts him there.
He takes the fastball inside, 1-0.
Another 3-sport kid. Starting point guard in the winter. The only two-way player on our football team in the fall. He is one of the best athletes in our school, no doubt about it.
1-1 count with 2 outs, and Mishawaka down 2-0 in the bottom of the third. The Cavemen are the home team.
Well, they're playing really shallow, aren't they?
They are. I was just looking around at that myself. Fastball low, 2-1. And the center fielder, there's a huge gap out there in right center. The left fielder pretty much plays straight away. The right fielder,
there we go.
As Donovan Snyder wears one on the shoulder, he will become Mishawaka's first base runner.
That's exactly what we were just talking about a couple minutes ago. Just, there's 2 outs, nobody on. But how does he respond to pitching from the stretch? Can we get him off his rhythm a little bit? Can we get a little 2-out rally going? It's okay that I'm saying we, right?
Absolutely. I mean,
I don't have to be.
We know where your paycheck comes from.
Yeah.
That's why you're sitting here, right?
Okay. Yeah, well, I hope so.
Snyder's stolen 21 bases, and there he goes. Pitch out, throw down to second. Bounces high to the third base side, and Snyder will be in at second with a swipe.
It was a really good throw, and
So after getting their first base runner with 2 down, speedy Donovan Snyder at second base in scoring position with the Cavemen down 2-0, up and into Jablonski, 2-1. The catcher, DeWolf, is going to go out to talk to his pitcher, Michael Dillon, but it's just what you were talking about. Get a guy on, get a guy who's been in a groove. He had struck out 3 straight prior to hitting Snyder, and now he's rattled a little bit.
And how's he going to respond to this aspect of it? Because in the first 2 2 2/3 innings, he had no stress at all.
You would expect that with 2 outs, anything that is put in play and is not an out is going to get Donovan Snyder home as Jablonski takes low and away, 3-1.
Yeah, you would think so. Going to be running with 2 outs. Absolutely.
Dillon from the stretch. Fastball downstairs. Jablonski walks.
While he's taking his way to first base, just want to mention this because we talked about it, Grant, a little bit. We got a pitching mound visit. Grant got all conference recognition in all 3 sports. I think that's something that's remarkable and deserves mentioning. He was honorable mention in football.
Good call.
I think he was second team
in basketball. Team's leading scorer. Yeah.
And second team in baseball. So
very good call. Play for a couple years, and then he comes out, and again, he ends up being all conference, and then kept it going in the other 2 sports as well. Really great senior season he's had.
Sean, even if this doesn't lead to runs, what it's shown our guys is that this guy can be gotten to a little bit. He's a little flustered right now, and again, just to let's see how he responds to this, and A.J. can get a hold of one, get a nice base hit. They're still playing really shallow.
Tying run at first, and Rosebush at the plate. Fastball high from Michael Dillon, who first hit Donovan Snyder from the line with a 2-1 count, and then going to the stretch for the first time, walked Grant Jablonski, and now behind Rosebush, who grounded to third his first time up. Fastball gets the outside corner, 1-1. Dillon has not allowed a run so far in the postseason. In his 2 starts, 12 total innings, 0 runs with 19 strikeouts and 2 walks. Curveball called strike, 1-2.
Oh, my goodness.
Was that a ball?
Yeah, he called it a ball, and I will tell you that he called it a ball because that pitch froze him as well. That was...
Which happens sometimes.
Oh, my goodness, that pitch was...
Fastball now is a called strike.
I cannot be impartial about that.
John Hemmer shouting something to Rosebush before he steps in the batter's box. The right-hander Dillon from the stretch. Runners at first and second. There they go. Fouled back and out of play. Hemmer starting the runners and now telling A.J. to stay down on that ball, stay on top of it. Rosebush, another guy, had a good basketball season. Second leading scorer behind Grant Jablonski with 9 points a game. Also their leading rebounder at 5.7. He's going to Adrian College in Adrian, Michigan to play basketball.
That's a really good athlete. Solid athlete all around.
Yep.
Tried like crazy again to play football.
Wouldn't do it though, huh?
Well, understandably.
Long look back at second from Dillon. The 2-2 coming to Rosebush. Swing and a miss. A pump of the fist by the catcher, Jack DeWolf. Mishawaka gets a pair on with 2 outs, but will leave them stranded in the 3rd inning as Dillon ends up striking out the side in the 3rd. No runs, no hits, no errors. 2 left. We played 3 complete. It's Hamilton Southeastern 2, Mishawaka nothing on the Mishawaka Network and WSBT.
It doesn't take a lot of time to make a big difference. I'm Mary Jo Martinek with the Food Bank of Northern Indiana. Volunteers are the heart and soul of what we do. When you volunteer, something amazing and perhaps even life-changing happens. The feeling that you are helping put food in the hands of people who need it most. The Food Bank volunteers make a difference every day and help create healthier communities. Find out more at feedindiana.org.
This Friday's Restaurant of the Week is Studebaker Brewing Company at Tippecanoe Place, and you can purchase 2 $25 certificates for only $25. Located on the 3rd floor of the mansion, guests will be able to experience extended hours at the bar while enjoying handcrafted beer and an all-new menu featuring appetizers and small plates. So this Friday morning, go to restaurantoftheweek.com and get your half-price Studebaker Brewing Company certificates before they're gone.
Top of the 4th inning, it'll be Brayton Harrison who is at the plate with a 2-1 count. His teammate Anthony Eggers was thrown out by Derek Dawson trying to steal second base. Breaking pitch stays inside, 1-0. Harrison grounded to second base. His first trip to the plate, and he fouls this one out of play, 1-1. It's 2-0 Hamilton Southeastern. Winner of this plays the Columbus East Avon winner in the state championship game, either Monday the 17th or Tuesday the 18th downstairs, 2-1. That's a change from recent years. It's typically been Friday, Saturday setup, but the Indianapolis Indians are in town next weekend.
Yeah, scheduling. You would think that would just be like a
natural,
foregone conclusion. But I'm sure that AAA baseball takes precedence over,
I guess so,
high school state finals.
3-1, tapped up the first base line. It will die. Dawson fields it, snatches and throws to first to get the out. And he was kind of in that in-between. Is it going to roll foul? But then it just died on that grass a couple inches inside the line.
Well, yeah, really tough play. And he got out of the box fast, and that's always one of those. He's got to pick it up and then move inside a little bit so he doesn't hit the runner with the ball.
Yeah.
Really,
strike.
Sorry to interrupt you.
Nope,
Really
that's okay.
impressed with how Sam has kind of responded from the rough first. It really was just for 2 batters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? First 2 batters, and then since then he's been really good.
Very true. Fouled back by Grayson Drost, their leading hitter, who falls behind 0-2. Dawson, the catcher, committed to Lincoln Trail Junior College.
Starting inside linebacker for the football team, had a really good year.
Absolutely right.
Last year.
Ooh, lined right back up the middle by Drost. That will be just the second hit off Sam Shively this afternoon. Dawson, I think the leading tackler is a sophomore, and then last year behind C.J. Fisher, the second leading tackler for you guys.
Yeah, he's had a really good start to his football career. Another one, just really, really solid. He's been a starter on the baseball team, I think, since his freshman year. So, just the makings of a really good high school career as well.
Shively goes back to the stretch. The pitch to Jack DeWolf misses 1-0. Drost takes his lead at first. Fastball from Shively, a called strike, hits the outside corner, 1-1. Drost, just 1 stolen base. One of the power guy, 25 RBIs, a triple, 11 doubles, a home run. Hamilton Southeastern, not a big home run team, but they've got Drost with 11 doubles, Eggers with 7, and Houston with 7, and a handful of others with 4 and 5 doubles. Fastball inside to DeWolf, 2-1.
You mentioned Eggers hitting his first home run of the year in the semi-state. Imagine how that must feel.
No kidding.
And given what you just mentioned, that they don't hit a lot of home runs, is kind of a weird way to start the game today.
Yeah, I guess also when you throw in the fact that Shively had only given up 1 home run all season, as DeWolf foul tips it into the catcher's mitt, 3-2. But like you said, he's settled down. A couple of strikeouts since then, just a couple of base runners, one of them on an error. Swing and a miss for strikeout number 3 for Shively.
He's feeling good right now. He's settled back down.
Second baseman, number 1, Jake Houston.
Jake Houston, the second baseman, who grounded a third his first trip up. 2-0 Hamilton Southeastern. If you're just joining us, we started a lot later than we thought we were going to start. Curveball swing and a miss by Houston, 0-1. We didn't get started until about 4:50. We originally thought it was going to start at 4 o'clock, but the 1A semi-state game before this took a while to finish, and then there was an hour in between games as Houston takes high. Washington Township beat Rossville 13-8. In the booth with me is Keith Kinder, the head coach of the 4A football semi-state Mishawaka team, as Jay Houston fans at a nice-looking curveball from Shively, 1-2.
Well, yeah, and on the flip side, this game is almost half over.
That's right.
And it's been 40. It's half over right now, and we've been playing for 38 minutes.
Swing and a miss, and Shively on a roll now with his second consecutive strikeout and his 4th of the game. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. Middle of the 4th inning, Hamilton Southeastern 2, Mishawaka nothing on WSBT.
A stylish new garage door can change the entire look of your home. At Industrial Door of Northern Indiana, you can choose from traditional carriage house or other striking residential looks that will update the curb appeal of your home instantly. Visit Industrial Door of Northern Indiana's showroom at 3839 South Main Street in South Bend, or view their entire gallery, including lifestyle overhead and Mystic motorized garage screen doors at industrialdoorni.com. Industrial Door of Northern Indiana, providing quality sales, service, and installation of commercial and residential overhead doors.
Good luck, Cavemen, from Kevin Frazier and the team at BSN Sports. BSN Sports provides uniforms and team apparel for several local high school baseball, softball, volleyball, soccer, and football programs. BSN distributes top-quality Under Armour, Nike, Rawlings, Mizuno, and Holloway products throughout the entire area. If your team wants to look good, call Kevin Drazier and the BSN Sports team at 574-229-7999. BSN Sports is proud to be the exclusive provider of Under Armour uniforms for the Mishawaka Cavemen.
Mishawaka batting in the bottom of the fourth, trailing Hamilton Southeastern 2-0. Michael Dillon on the mound. He has not allowed a hit and has struck out 5 with 1 walk and a hit batsman through the first 3 innings, and both of those base runners came in the third, back-to-back with 2 outs after he had struck out the first 2 batters. He threw a 5-inning no-hitter in sectionals against Fort Wayne Southside a couple of weeks ago. Upstairs with a fastball to Bodle, 1-0.
And now the next step is, can we get the leadoff guy on? I think that would be...
That's the start, right? Fastball low and away, 2-0. I mean, we called it earlier when Hamilton Southeastern got their leadoff guy on about how leadoff walks always score. He did. Driven well, straight away center by Bodle. Going back is DeWell. Still carrying. It's going to hop to the wall. Bodle heading to second base, and he will stop there for the leadoff double in the first hit off Michael Dillon of the game.
Well, that's one better.
But the other side of that is, I always say, leadoff walks score, but 8 doubles this season. Tied with Sam Reisky for the time.
Get on base here. Get on base. We can bunt them over. Now we're talking about a good chance to tie this game.
3 balls and a strike to Dawson. Michael Dillon from the stretch, a swing and a miss. Well, he foul-tipped it, but in any case, strike 2, 3-2.
A really good 3-2 pitch. Or 3-1 pitch, excuse me.
Dawson has a team best 1055 OPS. Mishawaka down 2-0 here on the fourth. Runner at second, 2 down. Swing and a miss by Dawson. That is strikeout number 6 for Michael Dillon.
Probably a little close to take, but I think it was ball 4.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, there has been some inconsistency with some of those calls, so I think it's even harder to take in that situation.
Absolutely.
Now Shively with 1 down and a runner at second. He grounded back to the mound his first time up. Swings and misses, 0-1.
I'll tell you what, as good as his fastball has been, his breaking ball is really good.
Yeah, he's got a nice tight breaking ball. Dillon committed to pitch at Xavier University next year. The Hamilton Southeastern pitcher, fastball upstairs, 1-1. While I'm thinking about it, John Hemmer, when I was talking to him, was talking about how Joel Reinbold, back in the late 90s, gave him his start in coaching when he was an assistant coach at Adams. A nice-looking curveball called strike 1 and 2. And he just wanted me to mention that he appreciates that, getting to this point where he is and having that opportunity. He said he wasn't even thinking about coaching at that point. Had his business administration degree and just thought he was going to go into business, and Joel got him started. Here he is 20-some years later.
It's funny how, people can impact you like that. I graduated from college, worked at the Elkhart True, got to know Bart Curtis. He got me into coaching at the junior high, fell in love with it.
There you go.
Got into coaching baseball, so.
2-2 to Shively, fouled out of play.
And Coach Hemmer had a great run as an assistant coach at Penn as well, with Coach Dykes, won a state championship as an assistant coach there. So he's been around some really good baseball coaches in his time.
Absolutely. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Shively. He was 1 for 7 at regionals last weekend. Bodle leads at second. Breaking ball, hit pretty well to left field. Eggers going back now, but it's going to die out there as Eggers leaps and makes the catch. Man, the way it took off, I thought it had a chance, then it just kind of died at probably, about 290 or so.
It just got a little under it, I think, but off the bat, I sure thought it was a tie game. He hit that pretty solid. I think he just got a little under it.
First baseman, number 24, Sam Reisky.
And for as much as Eggers' home run carried in the first inning, that didn't seem to carry all that much.
It didn't, did it? Now look at the flag out there.
Yeah, dead.
And left, it's just hanging straight down. Rasky takes a breaking ball for a strike, 0-1. So Bodle's still at second after the leadoff double. The Cavemen still down 2-0 and 2 outs in the bottom of the fourth. Got South Bend Cubs baseball coming up at 7 o'clock tonight. Fastball. I was about to say misses away, but it's 0-2. Called strike in the outside corner.
Yeah, it looks off the plate to me, but...
Dylan ready from the stretch. Curveball, swing and a miss. And that is all for Mishawaka in the fourth inning. The leadoff double, but no damage, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. After 4 complete innings, it is Hamilton Southeastern 2, Mishawaka nothing. This is Mishawaka Cavemen 4A semi-state baseball on 96.1 WSBT, the sports leader.
Dave Ramsey here to tell you about my good friends at Ace Maytag, the largest home appliance center serving North Central Indiana and Southwest Michigan. They have a large selection of Maytag, Amana, Whirlpool, and KitchenAid appliances. I'm talking about top name brand refrigerators, freezers, gas and electric ranges, microwaves, washers, and dryers. Visit Ace Maytag, located at 810 East McKinley in Mishawaka.
Ace Maytag, the store that services.
Beyond the Cave is a special partnership between Mishawaka Education Foundation and School City of Mishawaka to help School City students explore and plan for career education options following high school. In the Beyond the Cave Center, trained volunteers assist students and their parents to explore careers and post-secondary education and to succeed in applying for admission and scholarships. Contact the Mishawaka High School Guidance Department to schedule an appointment for you and your School City students today. Learn more at scmef.me.
Sam Shively into the windup to start the top of the 5th inning. A ball inside to Matthew Buckingham, 1-0. A swing and a miss by Buckingham.
But are big moments.
Yep, can have a big effect in the big picture.
That's why this game's so great, because there's so many nuances to it.
Absolutely. Called strike to Bowling, who struck out his first time up. Sam Shively pitching here at Bill Nixon Field for the 3rd time in the last 2 weeks. On the 24th, he pitched the sectional opener against Michigan City as Bowling takes the ball 2-1. He struck out 7 with no walks in 6 innings. Then in the sectional championship game against Plymouth, 4 shutout innings to pick up the win there as well.
Frustrated again with the strike zone, and I tend to agree with Sam here. It seems like he's getting squeezed a little bit.
2-1 count to Bowling. Curveball, strike in the inside corner, 2-2. Well, all you want, whether you're the pitcher, especially a pitcher, or the batter, though, as well, you just want consistency out there so you know you hit a spot what it's going to be. Swing and a miss by Bowling, who strikes out for the 2nd time, and there are 2 away here in the top of the 5th.
Back to the top of the order, right?
Yep. Leadoff man, Cold Whale, who has walked and grounded out to the mound. And Hamilton Southeastern has a man up in the bullpen, and it looks like probably Schweitzer, since it's their lefty.
I would imagine it is.
See if I can see a number down there.
And with the bottom of the order coming up for Mishawaka, I would say that that's probably just more of a precautionary thing than anything, just making sure he's loose in case Dylan gets himself into trouble.
2-0 to DeWale. Nearly got away from Dawson, but he was able to corral it. Yeah, that is Schweitzer.
Yeah, he's just lightly throwing right now, looks like.
Their lefty, their other big gun. Shively's pitch is lined to left field. It drops for a hit. Colin Fee gets back. He backhands it, cuts it off. Throw coming to third. The runner slides in just ahead of the one-hop throw in there. It'll be a double for Cole DeWale. It'll put runners at 2nd and 3rd with 2 down. And Anthony Eggers coming to the plate.
I'll tell you what, this ain't going to show up in the scorebook either, but Colin Fee saved a run right there, cutting that thing off.
Yep.
that was a tough play. And he made a pretty good throw to third base.
Yeah, he did.
Made that
his
play
momentum going toward the pole and then spinning and throwing. You're right.
Made that play a little closer probably than it should have been. But a really good job by Colin to get over there, get the ball back in.
John Hemmer, head coach, going out to the mound. He will take the ball from Sam Shively, gives him a handshake and a pat on the back, and Sam will go to play the infield. And let's see exactly, is it going to be Grant Jablonski still? It looks like it will. They will stick with Ryan Watt warming up. That would keep Hecklinski in the game, who's being DH'd for by Watt, and it is going to be Grant Jablonski who will come in.
So Hecklinski will move to short now. Sam Shively will go to second. Yeah.
We'll take a timeout while Grant Jablonski gets some warm-up pitches coming in from the infield to the mound with Anthony Eggers, who hit the home run back in the first inning, coming to the plate. 2-0 with 2 on here in the 5th inning on WSBT.
We can't pick everything in life. Parents, where we grow up, or things like that. But leadership, we're the official schools, see honors, every neighborhood, every town around leaders, in a culture of excellence, with project-based learning, a word with sciences, a focus on safety, small class size, and preparing students for the global economy. Growing leaders in a culture of excellence. That's the Mishawaka way. You can't pick everything in life, but you can pick a culture of excellence. The Mishawaka way. Be great. Pick Mishawaka Schools. Enroll today. Visit pickmishawakaschools.com. pickmishawakaschools.com.
So the new pitcher for Mishawaka will be Grant Jablonski. He comes in from shortstop. Jack Hecklinski flips over to the short, and Sam Shively goes from the mound to second base. Jablonski, 8-0 this season with a 0.41 earned run average, 78 strikeouts and 14 walks in 50 2/3 innings. A 166 opponent batting average. He started 10 games. This will be his 3rd appearance in relief. He comes in with runners at 2nd and 3rd and 2 outs for Hamilton Southeastern in the top of the 5th inning after a double by Cole DeWale. Jablonski from the stretch. Curveball gets the outside corner, 0-1.
Now in this situation, Sean, with I think maybe we're playing a little too deep in the outfield. Just want to prevent that little bloop single that's going to score 2 runs.
Pitch upstairs to Eggers, a ball and a strike. Eggers hit a 2-run home run to left center field, just to the right of that Bill Nixon field sign out there in left center field. Curveball stays up. 2-1.
You know, back to Shively again. Just really thought he pitched really well after those first 2 batters.
Yep.
Just, shame that he got off to that start. A combination of getting behind the hitters and just kind of feeling out the strike zone to start, I think, but really pitched quite well today.
It was line foul into the stands behind the third base dugout. I mean, it was lined hard. All the conversation in major leagues about netting and all that stuff. That is, I think somebody got hit, but I just saw a thumbs up from another fan over there. 2-2 to count. 2 outs, runners at 2nd and 3rd. Jablonski from the stretch, popped up first base, coming over. Jablonski on the run makes the catch. Talk about a pitcher fielding his position there.
Yeah, because I'll tell you what, Sam Reisky was not getting to that thing. That was a great job by Grant. And if that thing drops, it's probably an infield hit and a run.
Yeah, and Jablonski was about 2 steps from first base when he made that catch on that little pop-up off the 5th. So Hamilton Southeastern will strand a pair in the 2nd. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. 2 left in the top of the 5th for Hamilton Southeastern. The Royals still lead the Cavemen 2-0 on Mishawaka Network and WSBT.
Midland Engineering Company has been completing quality commercial roofing jobs nationwide from right here in Michiana for nearly 100 years. But did you know Midland also boasts the area's only standalone service department in the commercial roofing business? Midland knows the negative effects a leaking roof can have on your business, so their team is ready to help Michiana's small business owners keep working. Why take a chance with your business? Trust the professionals at Midland Engineering Company, proud to be Michiana born and raised.
Hi, this is Doug Leckleitner. In 30 seconds, I'd like to give you 40 reasons why Leckleitner Door is the industry leader when it comes to garage door service and installation. But I can't talk that fast. What I can say is thank you to the thousands of customers who have trusted Leckleitner Door for their garage door repair and replacement needs for 40 years. For service on residential, commercial, industrial, or agricultural doors, give us a call at 295-6311. At Leckleitner Door, we open all the right doors.
The home of Notre Dame football, Notre Dame basketball, the South Bend Cubs, and the Indianapolis Colts. This is 96.1 WSBT South Bend, the sports leader.
I'll tell you who always, you know this probably.
2-0, bottom of the 5th inning. It's going to be Jack Heklinski batting, and it was Heklinski as he chops it right back up the middle, rolling into center field for a base hit. A leadoff single for Heklinski. He was being DH'd for by Ryan Watt. Watt's been warming up in the bullpen. We saw this in both regional games last week, and in high school baseball with the re-entry rule. The guy who's being DH'd for can essentially take the place of the DH, and then he can re-enter later on. So, or either one, there's a one-time re-entry for either one of these guys. So essentially, Ryan Watt will at some point take over this spot again once he goes to the pitcher's mound, and they will lose the DH. They have now lost the DH with Heklinski coming out, but Ryan Watt can still re-enter and end up pitching in this game. You're about to say something.
Well, I was getting ready to tell you, I've been thinking about this, how I can't get over how shallow they're playing in the outfield. Penn does that all the time.
They do.
Remember when I coached at South Bend Adams, and you coached at Adams as well, they always played their infield fairly shallow, and it, you know, Greg Dyson's won a lot of baseball games, so I'm sure there's something to it.
That's Cole DeWale in center field is playing really shallow right now. As Colin Fee takes a strike 0-1. And the right fielder, Bowling, playing shallow. Left fielder, about maybe what you'd call regular depth, but third baseman, Brayton Harrison, well up on the grass. Middle infield, double play depth as Fee fouls it back 0-2.
He's got some pop in his bat. We saw that last week. You know, if he can run into one here, he hit that triple to dead center in the morning game on Saturday.
Yep, he was 1 for 5 in the 2 regional games, but that one hit was the triple. Scored a run, drove one in, walked as well in the 2 regional games. Pitch out, Heklinski not going anywhere. 1-2.
Yeah.
Heklinski does have 5 stolen bases.
Yeah, but you got to imagine that Coach Hemmer's not going to run in a situation late in the game, down 2.
Especially the velocity of this guy on the mound, the arm of the catcher. Breaking ball low and away, 2 balls, 2 strikes. And and then what you're talking about, you throw that in there as well. You need a run. You don't need to give up any base runners. Donovan Snyder on deck. Colin Fee trying to battle with a 2-2 count. Swings and misses, though, at the breaking pitch and strikes out.
That's a hard pitch to lay off of, and it's an impossible pitch to hit.
That is the 8th strikeout through 5 1/3 for Michael Dillon, who's given up just a pair of hits. A leadoff double in the 4th, a leadoff single here in the 5th, and now Donovan Snyder, the number 9 batter.
He's playing awfully close at third base here.
Heklinski doesn't have much of a lead. Snyder started to show bunt and then took. He was hit by pitch. Ahead in the count 2-1 his first time up.
I'll tell you, he'd take another one of those 2 to get back on base.
That's right. He bats.
Look, he's covering the plate.
That's with an exaggerated closed stance, which you don't see a whole lot of these days. The pitch misses away, 2-0.
really smart kid too, Donovan. He's a thinker. You can see it on the basketball floor when you're watching him play. But
2-0 called strike on the outside corner.
As a free safety, he's someone that we put a lot of stuff on in the fall. Really good thinker. Played halfback for us. He's a guy that you want up in a situation like this.
Hits it high in the air, shallow right field, shading his eyes. Cam Bowling, the right fielder, coming in with his shades on to make the catch. 2 down. So 2 away with a runner at first base. Up to the top of the order, though, for the Cavemen with Grant Jablonski. Michael Dillon from the stretch as Schweitzer, the lefty, continues to throw in the Hamilton Southeastern bullpen. Ball 1 to Jablonski, who has walked and struck out today. Jablonski had 3 hits in the 2 regional games. 2 of them were doubles. He swings and misses here, a ball and a strike. 2-0 Hamilton Southeastern. Mishawaka with a runner at first and 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. A little past 6 o'clock Eastern time. Swing and a miss by Jablonski, 1-2.
And up to this point, when we're behind in the count, you're going to get that breaking ball that's down and away, hard to lay off of, really hard to hit.
Yep. Stay on it, stay on it.
Late timeout called, wasn't it? It'd be really nice. Grant could find a way to get on base, get the tying run on base.
Heklinski takes a short lead at first. Grayson Drost holding him on. Swing and a miss at that breaking ball. That'll be the 9th strikeout for Michael Dillon as Mishawaka strands its 4th runner over the last 3 innings. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. After 5 complete, still 2-0. Hamilton Southeastern leading Mishawaka on WSBT.
Does your financial advisor take the time to really listen to you? Is your financial strategy personalized for you and your family? When you work with Pablo Rodriguez, your Granger Edward Jones financial advisor, he focuses on what's important to you. You'll work together and use an established process to create a personalized financial strategy backed by the advice, tools, and resources to help you reach your goals. And you'll partner to help your strategy stay on track. Contact Pablo Rodriguez today. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
A stylish new garage door can change the entire look of your home. At Industrial Door of Northern Indiana, you can choose from traditional carriage house or other striking residential looks that will update the curb appeal of your home instantly. Visit Industrial Door of Northern Indiana's showroom at 3839 South Main Street in South Bend, or view their entire gallery, including lifestyle overhead and Mystic motorized garage screen doors at industrialdoorni.com. Industrial Door of Northern Indiana, providing quality sales, service, and installation of commercial and residential overhead doors.
Top of the 6th inning, it'll be the 3, 4, and 5 batters for Hamilton Southeastern. Brayton Harrison, Grayson Drost, and bullpen down the right field line with Keith Kinder, Sean Stiers here at Bill Nixon Field in Plymouth. Inside to Brayton Harrison, who has grounded out twice today.
Those guys in the bullpen look like they could use a nice glass of iced tea or something.
That's right.
Lounging. Every time I go to like a major league game, I'm so envious of the bullpen people. Watch a baseball game, sit around, have fun with your buddies, and then maybe you'll get called in.
Catch a bullpen maybe every now and then, fouled off. Get up and warm up every now and then. That's right. Fouled off by Harrison, 1-2. Big bullpen help coming for the Cubs here.
Oh, yeah.
Craig Kimbrell
It sounds like it's going to be a couple weeks away.
Yeah. Tap back to the mound. Jablonski takes it, jogs towards first, and underhands to Reisky for the out one away.
It'd been fun to see if Grant could have just ran it over there.
I mean, the way he made the catch on that pop-up in the last inning, I think he might have.
Obviously, it's really important that we put up a 0 here, you know, with the way Dylan's pitching. 2 seems really tough.
Yep.
3 would be a big ask.
Grayson Drost takes a strike from Grant Jablonski. Grant, through a complete game shutout, 3-hitter, 11 strikeouts, and a walk against Northridge in the regional semifinal last week. Fastball low and away, ball and a strike.
Well, you know, really, we talked about how we thought that Hamilton Southeastern might start someone different today. You know, Coach Hemmer is kind of blessed with the same kind of conundrum. You know, several guys that you could rely on to get outs, and not just, you know, outs, but put a string of zeros up on the scoreboard.
1-2 is the count, and Jablonski comes inside and hits Drost, who gets rid of his elbow guard and jogs down to first base. Drost kind of looked like he was starting to stare him down a little bit. I guarantee you Jablonski didn't want to hit him with a 1-2 count.
I think, yeah, I agree. And I think if that Drost guy wanted to come after Jablonski, he may have taken off for first base again. He's a big boy, isn't he?
He is. He is good size. Jordan Milliken will run. And again, in high school, the re-entry rule. So Drost, who is a bigger guy and doesn't look like he's going to blow you away with wheels, gives way to the pinch runner. Drost can still come back in after this at-bat. Jack DeWolf, who's 0 for 2, a ground out and a strikeout. Getting a little bit cloudy here.
Breeze picking up too, isn't it?
It is. Throw to first as Milliken dives in safely. Milliken has 6 stolen bases.
This place is beautiful, isn't it?
It is. It's a great high school ballpark.
Just looking around the stands. Really.
They settled in after that as he ended up striking out 5 with just 1 walk through his 4 1/3 innings. Unfortunately, that 1 walk was a leadoff walk to start the game, and he scored 2 pitches later on the first home run of the season by Anthony Eggers. Curveball called strike 3. Gets him on the outside corner, 2 down.
Really good pitch, particularly since that call has been there all day. He is calling it off the plate. That ball was off the plate. Really good pitch. 2 outs. Big out here coming up.
As a pitcher, you have to be able to capitalize on that, and that's what Grant Jablonski did. There goes the runner, swing and a miss. Derek Dawson had the ball pop out of his mitt on the glove-hand exchange. A stolen base by Milliken puts a runner in scoring position. A strike to the batter, Jake Houston, with 2 away.
That same scenario came up. I think it was the second inning where, you know, 2 outs, might as well take a chance and steal a bag. And if he gets thrown out, really not a lot of harm with 2 outs.
Swing and a miss at the fastball by Houston, 0-2. 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors for Hamilton Southeastern. No runs, 2 hits, 1 error for Mishawaka. Down in the dirt, blocked by Dawson, but it scoots to the third base side, and down to third base goes Milliken on the wild pitch.
And not a whole lot changes with that result. Derek does a really good job of blocking the ball. That one just squirted a little further away from him than
Hit on the ground to third base. Charging is Rosebush. Throws to first. It pulls Reisky off the bag, and a run's going to score. No RBI for Houston. It'll be the second error of the day for the Cavemen. And that is the only place that hurts you right there.
Yeah, exactly right. It does. That advancing now looks really big.
So now it's 3-0 as Jablonski gets a strike in the outside corner, 0-1. Sam Shively talked about how Grant just finds the strike zone. He locates the strike zone, and as he throws to first, the runner dives back in safely.
He pounds it.
He does. I mean, I'm looking at the counts. It was 2-2, 1-2, 1-2, 0-2, 1-2, and now 0-1. Just living ahead in the count all day.
And an unearned run, so the .4 ERA.
Curveball called strike. 0-2, and of course he was ahead of Drost with that 1-2 count when he hit him, and it was the pinch runner Milliken for Drost who ended up scoring that run. There goes the runner off the plate, throw to second, pulls Shively off the bag, and in with a swipe is Jake Houston.
He's playing for another one, you know. Playing for one more run.
A 1-2 count as it continues to get cloudier and windier. Fastball called strike 3 on the outside corner. Hamilton Southeastern strands a runner in the 6th, but they get another run home. No hits, 1 error, and 1 left. Middle of the 6th, Hamilton Southeastern Royals lead Mishawaka 3-0 on WSBT.
Together, we can turn a stairwell into an ER at a moment's notice. Together, we can turn a rescue ship for refugees into a maternity ward. Together, we can vaccinate 710,000 people in just 11 days. Together, we are Doctors Without Borders. Doctors Without Borders goes where others don't to provide life-saving medical care. Learn more at doctorswithoutborders.org.
Hi, this is Kelsey Grammer. When military service members head into battle, none are expected to face the enemy alone, but many return home and become isolated as they struggle with the visible and invisible wounds of war. It can be difficult knowing how to overcome that challenge and rekindle bonds similar to those formed in the military. Wounded Warrior Project supports these injured veterans through their recoveries by connecting them with fellow warriors and their communities. No one should fight this battle alone. Join us at woundedwarriorproject.org.
A.J. Rosebush starts off the bottom of the 6th for Mishawaka, with the Cavemen trailing Hamilton Southeastern 3-0. The Cavemen have had runners aboard, and in fact in scoring position in 2 of the last 3 innings. They've had runners aboard in each of the last 3. 2 hits allowed by the starter, Michael Dillon, right-hander, and Xavier commit stays in the game. Breaking ball called strike to Rosebush, 0-1. EJ was 1 for 7 in regionals last week, scored a couple of runs, takes low and away to even the count at 1-1. Hamilton Southeastern got their first 2 runs in the first inning and then added another in the top half of the 6th. Upstairs to Rosebush, 2 balls and a strike.
It was Rosebush in the last half inning that had the throwing error that scored the run. It's always interesting in baseball. It always seems like that guy comes up to play in the next inning. Got a great opportunity here to get on base. Time to erase that mishap. I think you could catch me dead in those socks, though, Sean.
You don't like the high stirrups AJ has on?
I'm not a big fan.
Not a big fan.
No.
Fastball high, 2-3-1. I always like the old school stirrup Look, Johnny Hemmer's got him on, too.
Yeah, he does. Not, the solid maroon sock would be okay.
Yeah. 3-1 to Rosebush. He takes Lowen away and draws the leadoff walk.
Makes me think of the Wizard of Oz when the Wicked Witch of the West feet are sticking out from under the house, and they got those, they almost look like those socks, I think.
That's true. That's true.
But what we talked about, made a mistake in the last half inning, comes up to the plate, gets on base, does his job, and now an opportunity to maybe get another guy on base, and now we're talking about tying run, coming to the plate, and all that good stuff.
This is the third inning in a row Mishawaka's had the leadoff man aboard. That is the first or the second walk of the day issued by Michael Dillon. The Cavemen down 3-0, trying to crack the scoreboard. Swing and a miss by Bodel, who had a leadoff double to start the fourth inning, his last time up.
They have not backed that outfield up yet. He was swinging hard there.
Hamilton Southeastern has won by shutout in 3 of their 5 postseason games. Throw to first by Dillon. They have given up just a single run in their other 2, outscoring opponents 35-2 in their 5 postseason wins. They've won 9 straight coming into this game overall. Called strike 2, Bodel, 0-2. Great Mishawaka crowd on hand. A lot of royal blue for Hamilton Southeastern as well.
Just got to put it in play here, Nick.
Pitch out. Rosebush not going anywhere. 1-2.
They did the same thing last inning, Sean. Where the 0-2 count through a pitch out, and it's a decent count for a pitch out, but
right,
you got to be thinking that there's no way that we'd be running right now.
Dillon set from the stretch, up at the chest, called strike at 3 on the inside corner.
That's a good pitch.
Number 23.
Rosebush does have 10 stolen bases, but like you said, you're down now to your last 5 outs, trailing by 3 runs. Stolen base is not really what you're thinking. You're just thinking base runners trying to get somebody aboard.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just not worth the risk, really,
Yeah. Rosebush starts, then stops, low and inside to Dawson. 1-0. That wind picking up and
kind of blowing at us, it feels like.
Yeah. And now, looking at the flag down there, down in foul territory on the left field side, it is blowing across the diamond from right to left again. Fastball misses away, 2-0 to Dawson. Dawson has the pop. He was 3 for 6 in the regionals, a home run, a double, 3 RBIs, 4 home runs on the season with 8 doubles, a team best .578 slugging percentage for the junior catcher. Throw to first again. Rosebush dives in safely.
And with that RBI double last week, I don't know if they told you this, but he's the career leader in RBIs now.
I did. He had a right footing in. Cam bowling toward the line, which is tied with Derek Dawson for the team lead. If he runs into one, a couple of runs are going to score pretty easily here if he gets it over somebody's head with 2 outs. Had a couple RBIs last week. Swings and misses at the curveball from Dillon. 0-1, but he might just see that from Dillon.
I will adjust my previous promise. If he runs into one, it's a double steak dinner.
Okay. All right. I like that.
We need it.
I like that adjustment. Dillon steps off. Center fielder, Cole DeWale, really shallow in straightaway center. Corner infielders back a little bit. First and second, 2 outs, curveball, another swing and a miss by Reisky, 0-2.
And now you just want to choke up, put the ball in play. Gotta be protecting here.
Here's the 0-2, fastball upstairs, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Reisky 2 for 6 with those 2 RBIs at regionals last weekend.
Blowing away on the curveball here.
Second baseman taps his glove. Called strike 3 to Reisky. That is the 11th strikeout for Hamilton Southeastern pitcher Michael Dillon. As Mishawaka strands 2 in the 6th, they have now stranded 6 runners over the last 4 innings. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left. 6 complete in the books. We go to the 7th inning with Mishawaka trailing 3-0. Ryan Watt will be coming to the mound for the Cavemen in the 7th on WSBT.
We can't pick everything in life, right? Parents, where we grow up, or things like the weather. But leadership, that's a choice. We're the faculty and staff of Mishawaka schools, and we see tomorrow's leaders in every neighborhood, every town around. We're growing leaders in a culture of excellence with project-based learning, award-winning arts, sciences, a focus on safety, small class size, and preparing students for the global economy. Growing leaders in a culture of excellence. That's the Mishawaka way. You can't pick everything in life, but you can pick a culture of excellence. The Mishawaka way. Be great. Pick Mishawaka Schools. Enroll today. Visit pickmishawakaschools.com. pickmishawakaschools.com.
Ryan Watt to the mound for Mishawaka in the 7th inning. The, of course, final inning of a high school baseball game. We've got South Bend Cubs baseball. The pregame show is set to start in 20 minutes. First pitch scheduled for 7 o'clock. Mishawaka trying to rally and see if maybe they can push that airtime back a little bit for the South Bend Cubs tonight. Ryan Watt, it'll be up to him to keep the deficit where it is as he goes to the mound. And Ryan Watt, the Mishawaka record holder with 9 saves, and that also per max preps, which fluctuates depending on who all's reported, but it leads the state as far as teams that have reported their stats going into this weekend. 9 saves, a .9 ERA, 67 strikeouts, 18 walks in 44 innings by Ryan Watt, who, like both Jablonski and Shively, also pitched on this field a couple weeks ago in sectionals. Called strike to the number 8 batter, Jake Stout. And I don't think we mentioned it earlier. Congratulations to the Bremen softball team winning the 2A state championship earlier today. Ripped right at A.J. Rosebush at third base. He looked up into the air because he thought it shot up there after it ricocheted hard off his chest. It was at his feet, and it is going to be an infield hit for Jake Stout on that hard hit ball.
That was hit hard, and I can tell you that is a awful feeling. I played third base as well. It's an awful feeling because the ball hits you. You have no idea where it went.
It's the hot corner for a reason, though. As number 9 batter Cam Bowling shows bunt and takes a strike 0-1. But just the way A.J. played that, though, that's something especially a lot of guys at this age have a hard time doing. Keeping that chest in front of it and being willing to take a ball like that off the chest.
Yeah, getting hit with a baseball in the chest is not fun.
No.
Particularly off the bat when it was hit that hard. So, yeah, it's a tough position to play. But I was going to say, it was really enjoyable listening to your interview with Ryan, Sam, and Grant.
Bunted in front of the plate. Dawson throws to first for 1, and it will be a sacrifice bunt for Cam Bowling.
Good play by Dawson to hop out of there. But anyways, back to what I was saying, just listening to those 3 guys and how much they respect and appreciated the others' abilities.
Yeah.
And like we've said numerous times already, just 3 guys with the ERAs that low, with high innings, just,
Absolutely.
Really remarkable job that all 3 of those guys have done this year.
And Watt is a guy who comes in. He's not just a 1 or 2 out save guy as he lines it into that same spot in the stands over there behind the third base dugout where it was earlier. It looks like nobody hurt, but same spot, upper corner behind the third base dugout. A couple line shots as the leadoff man, Cole DeWale, who hits from the left side. Runner at second. He hits it down the right field line. It's going to drop for a base hit. The runner is being waved home, bobbled by Bodel in right field, and into second base goes Cole DeWale to make it 4-0. Well, that has not happened to Ryan Watt very much this season with that .95 earned run average, but a couple of hits with a sacrifice bunt in between here in the seventh. A strike on the outside corner to another left-hand batter, Anthony Eggers, who had the two-run home run back in the first inning. Eggers now.
Nice play, Sam.
Hot shot at first behind the bag. Reisky snares it for the second out. The runner does advance to third.
That was a really good play.
It was. Both the corners getting some action here in the seventh inning. 4-0, Hamilton Southeastern on top. They struck first in the first inning with a two-run home run by Eggers, who just grounded out. Now the number 3 batter, Brayton Harrison, coming up. Pitch high to Harrison, 1-0.
You mentioned it earlier with the DH rule, but with Ryan Watt re-entering, that ends Jack Heklinski's day. Really good defensive player for Mishawaka this year.
Yep. Fouled back, 1-1.
On his way to IUSB to play baseball. His father, Ron, the head basketball coach. Jack kind of came in as a junior, kind of fit right in with the guys. He's done a really good job. Made some really good plays last week.
Yep.
At second base.
Breaking ball, called strike to Harrison, 1-2. Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that because Grant Jablonski's at shortstop after Watt came to the mound. And then, as you mentioned, Watt re-entered for Heklinski from that DH spot. Sam Shively stays at second. Swing and a miss. That will be Watt's first strikeout. That will end the top of the seventh. And the last chance is coming up for Mishawaka after Hamilton Southeastern gets a run on 2 hits in the top of the seventh. No errors and 1 left. 4-0. Hamilton Southeastern leads Mishawaka coming up in the bottom of the seventh. Last chance to get to a state championship game next week at Victory Field. Got it coming up next on Mishawaka Network and WSBT.
Good luck, Cavemen, from Kevin Frazier and the team at BSN Sports. BSN Sports provides uniforms and team apparel for several local high school baseball, softball, volleyball, soccer, and football programs. BSN distributes top-quality Under Armour, Nike, Rawlings, Mizuno, and Holloway products throughout the entire area. If your team wants to look good, call Kevin Frazier and the BSN Sports team at 574-229-7999. BSN Sports is proud to be the exclusive provider of Under Armour uniforms for the Mishawaka Cavemen.
Midland Engineering Company has been completing quality commercial roofing jobs nationwide from right here in Michiana for nearly 100 years. But did you know Midland also boasts the area's only standalone service department in the commercial roofing business? Midland knows the negative effects a leaking roof can have on your business, so their team is ready to help Michiana's small business owners keep working. Why take a chance with your business? Trust the professionals at Midland Engineering Company, proud to be Michiana born and raised.
Bottom of the seventh inning, and the last chance coming up for Mishawaka, trailing Hamilton Southeastern 4-0 in this 4A North Semi-State. Columbus East beat Avon 10-3 in the other one, so the winner of this game will face Columbus East in the state championship game at Victory Field next week. Cavemen with their work cut out for them, down to their last 3 outs. It's Ryan Watt, Colin Fee, Donovan Snyder. They are going to face the other ace for Hamilton Southeastern. It is Tyler Schweitzer, the left-hander, on the mound. And he brings some heat on the outside corner to Watt, 0-1. Schweitzer is 8-2 with a 1.21 ERA. Fastball called strike, 0-2. In 57 2/3, he struck out 85 with 14 walks. The starter, Dillon, is going to Xavier next year to pitch, and another D1 guy. Schweitzer headed to Ball State. Inside to Ryan Watt, 1-2. Watt struck out his only at bat. Jack Heklinski took that spot in the 5th and singled. Watt on the mound now. Takes low, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
At this point in the game, it's all about get on base any way you can. Any way you absolutely can. I know Watt's kind of covered the plate a little bit.
He fouls it off. Still 2-2. He was 0 for 4 in the regional, looking for his first hit since sectionals here on this field. Watt has pitched in 4 of the 5 postseason games for Mishawaka. He tips it into the catcher's mitt and goes down on strikes for the first out here in the 7th.
I think Ryan thought it hit the ground.
Yeah.
Off the bat. He definitely foul tipped it, but he thought it hit the dirt.
Left fielder, number 21, Colin Fee.
Now Colin Fee, Mishawaka down to its last 2 outs. John Hemmer walking to talk to the home plate umpire. Is there going to be a change in this spot?
Well, it would just be interesting if the home plate umpire could at least ask for help. That
I think that's what the conversation is. You're right.
Did the ball hit the ground off the bat? Because if it did, then Watt should be.
First base umpire says he's out. That's what John Hemmer was asking for, just to get some help. A lot of times they ask for it, but the other umpires kind of don't want to overrule the other guy, it seems like a lot of times,
Yeah,
too.
absolutely. And, we're kind of blocked by both the catcher and the umpire, so
we don't really know.
Yeah, but I did not think that it hit the ground, but like I said, we don't have the best look for that.
Yep. The lefty Schweitzer pitches low to the right-hand batter, Colin Fee. Mishawaka down 4-0 here in the 7th inning. Swing and a miss by Fee, 1-1. Fourteen seniors on this Mishawaka roster. They will walk the stage tomorrow at commencement at 4 o'clock as Fee swings and misses and falls behind 1-2. 4 o'clock, you'll see it streamed live on the Mishawaka Network.
And again, what a great career those 14 guys have had.
Absolutely. Downstairs, 2-2.
What we've talked about, sectional championships and baseball for 2 straight years, sectional champions in football. 14-game winners as juniors in basketball. I think they won 12 games in basketball last year.
That's true.
Those are remarkable numbers.
Division champs in basketball is the guys who were playing last year. Line to straightaway center. Fee drops it in for a single. Got to get base runners down 4-0, and Colin Fee gets the job done, dropping a single into straightaway center field.
But yeah, we haven't talked a whole lot about these guys that play basketball, but 26 wins in 2 years in basketball. That's not something that's done in Mishawaka very often.
No.
So, remarkable career across all 3 sports, including wrestling.
Schweitzer from the stretch, popped up bunt behind the mound. It's going to fall in, and Fee in no man's land is going to be out at second base. Tough one for Fee, because if he keeps running, he's going to be safe at second base easily, as Donovan Snyder ended up popping a bunt up over the mound. It dropped behind the mound, but Fee ends up being forced at second. Now the Cavemen are down to their last out with a runner at first.
Yeah, Fee just got caught. Yeah, just like you said, really unlucky by him. He did the right thing. In the air, you got to go back so you don't get doubled up. Not a whole lot that can be done.
Grant Jablonski shows bunt, takes a strike, 0-1. Hamilton Southeastern leading 4-0. And the Royals are 1 out from playing for a state championship next week. The Cavemen trying to rally inside, and it hits Grant Jablonski.
Well, now you get the tying run on deck.
Again, not that there's anything he could do with it, but now it really stings because you'd have the tying run coming to the plate with the bases loaded and just one out instead of two. But there's absolutely nothing he could do about that on a pop-up on the infield. You got to go back.
Well, yeah, I mean, how many times does a bunt go over the pitcher's head? Doesn't happen very often.
A.J. Rosebush takes a fastball down the chute for a strike, 0-1. Runners at first and second, 2 away. Bottom of the 7th inning. Cavemen down to their last out. Rosebush takes low, 1 ball, 1 strike. Schweitzer in relief here in this game had made 3 postseason starts, 28 strikeouts, just 1 earned run allowed in 17 innings in those 3 starts. Rosebush fouls it behind the plate, and now the Cavemen are down to their last strike of the season. The runners at first and second take their lead. The outfield is still playing shallow. Schweitzer, the lefty from the stretch, kicks the knee. Fastball inside, 2-2. A big groan from the Hamilton Southeastern faithful.
They're excited.
A.J. Rosebush draws a sigh of relief. Do it again. Here's the kick and the 2-2 low. The ball gets away from the catcher. The runners will each move up 90 feet. A full count to Rosebush with a 3-2 count. And Nick Bodel waiting on deck. Here's the 3-2 with 2 outs. The pitch from Schweitzer fouled out of play as Mishawaka stays alive.
And it gets really interesting if Rosebush can just get on base here, even if it's with a walk, get Bodel up, who's got some pop in his bat, fully capable of tying the game with 1 swing.
Get on any way you can.
But a good at bat right now for AJ to put this count to full after being down 1-2.
Schweitzer comes set at the belly. Here's the payoff again, line into right field for a hit. The run will score. An RBI single. There's life for the Cavemen as A.J. Rosebush drives it to right field. And now the tying run is at the plate with 2 down.
And how great is it to see that for A.J. Rosebush, who in the 5th inning had the throwing error that scored a run for Hamilton Southeastern. So for him to be able to extend the game, bring up the tying run, and now, like we said, this gets really, really interesting.
Great at bat A.J. Rosebush had after falling behind early. First and third with 2 outs, a 4-1 ball game. Nick Bodel at the plate takes the ball 1-0.
And even though this guy, what's his name, Schwartz? I don't want to Schweitzer. Even though he's one of their better pitchers, it makes you wonder about taking Dillon out, who was dealing, getting through the lineup so early. You know, sometimes even though they're bringing in a really good pitcher, it's nice just to see a different arm come in, you know?
Yep, and they send their closer to the mound. Here's the 1-1 to Bodel, fouled back and out of play. A ball and 2 strikes. So Nick Bodel, who doubled earlier, drove it hard to straightaway center field, back to what would be the warning track.
And they are still playing really shallow in the outfield.
So that wind continuing to swirl. First and third, 2 outs. Here comes the 1-2 from Schweitzer. Line, it drops into right field. Another base hit, and it gets past the right fielder. Heading to third base is Rosebush. To second goes Bodel. And just like that, Mishawaka has the tying runs in scoring position. The right fielder overran it. It was dropping into right center field. It was overran. And we're going to have a conference at the mound. I'm not sure how much Schweitzer has pitched in relief this season, but he, again, is one of their 2 main starters as Graverson, another lefty, warms up, and their head coach out there trying to buy some time. Jeremy Fasanella trying to buy some time as their closer tries to get warm. Everything started with 2 outs. Now Derek Dawson, the cleanup batter at the plate. It's going to be interesting to see what they do with him, because in the bottom of the 7th, obviously, you don't want to put the winning run on, but Derek Dawson could easily at least tie the score here. He's got extra base power, the team leader in doubles and home runs.
He could end it.
He could. Down in the dirt, and that is all you wanted. Down 4-0 coming into this inning. A chance to get your big guy at the plate with a chance to win you the game.
And obviously we know Mishawaka better than Hamilton Southeastern, but I would be more inclined to take my chances with Shively in this situation than Derek Dawson. That's no slight to Shively at all. But with the pop that Derek has in his bat, he can find a gap really easily if he gets a hold of one.
A 1-1 count after a swing and a miss. Runners at second and third as Derek Dawson fouls it off, and it's 1-2. The third straight batter for Mishawaka has the Cavemen down to their final strike of the season. 2 runs have scored with 2 outs. Runners at second and third. The tying run is represented by Nick Bodel at second base with Derek Dawson at the plate. He pulls it foul and stays alive at 1-2 as John Hammer, the head coach, fields the ground ball in the third base box.
And Sean, this is what is remarkable about this senior class, man. You know what I mean? Down 4-0, bottom of the 7th. Really not a whole lot of life. And like you said, 3 straight guys down to their final out.
Pitch gets away, not going anywhere. Rosebush, it squirted out of the catcher's mitt, not far enough away to the first base side for the runners to go anywhere. A 2-2 count now to Derek Dawson as that wind keeps swirling. The flag out there in left is shooting straight down, but every once in a while we feel it pushing in the window at us. Here's the 2-2 to Dawson. Downstairs, and the count is full.
How many times do you think Derek Dawson has run this scenario through his head in the course of his 16-plus years?
He's the kind of guy who wants to be in this situation.
Absolutely.
His dad was on the 1997 semi-state team. Here's the payoff. Dawson lines it foul, the breaking ball, out of play on the first base side.
I'd be interested in knowing if Coach Sassanella wishes he'd have left Dylan in or not. You know,
let the starter in there, I know.
Yeah.
Dawson 1 for 3. Here's another payoff. Swing and a miss. Dawson goes down on strikes. And Hamilton Southeastern will celebrate a semi-state victory and a trip to the 4A state championship game. It's 10 minutes till 7 o'clock. We're going to take a quick timeout, get in a quick wrap-up, and then we'll head to Darren Pritchett and Brendan King with the South Bend Cubs right after this. 4-2 Hamilton Southeastern over Mishawaka in this 4A semi-state on WSBT.
A stylish new garage door can change the entire look of your home. At Industrial Door of Northern Indiana, you can choose from traditional carriage house or other striking residential looks will update the curb appeal of your home instantly. Visit Industrial Door of Northern Indiana's showroom at 3839 South Main Street in South Bend, or view their entire gallery, including lifestyle overhead and Mystic motorized garage screen doors at industrialdoorni.com. Industrial Door of Northern Indiana, providing quality sales, service, and installation of commercial and residential overhead doors.
Hi, this is Doug Leckleitner. In 30 seconds, I'd like to give you 40 reasons why Leckleitner Door is the industry leader when it comes to garage door service and installation. But I can't talk that fast. What I can say is thank you to the thousands of customers who have trusted Leckleitner Door for their garage door repair and replacement needs for 40 years. For service on residential, commercial, industrial, or agricultural doors, give us a call at 295-6311. At Leckleitner Door, we open all the right doors.
Mishawaka falls to Hamilton Southeastern 4-2. 4 runs, 6 hits, and an error for the Royals. 2 runs, 6 hits, and 2 errors for Mishawaka. The winning pitcher is Michael Dillon. He improves to 9-1, 6 innings, 3 hits, no runs, 2 walks, 11 strikeouts. Schweitzer finishes it off an inning, gave up 2 runs, his second and third of the postseason, no walks, 2 strikeouts. Sam Shively takes the loss, 4 2/3 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. Grant Jablonski an inning and a third, 2 strikeouts. Ryan Watt an inning, a strikeout, gave up 1 run. Well, we're going to have to wrap up here again pretty quickly, Keith, so we can get to South Bend Cubs baseball. But some final thoughts, especially as someone who's got to see so much of not just this team, but all these multi-sport guys that we've talked about throughout this year in their careers.
I'm incredibly proud to be a part of Mishawaka athletics from top to bottom, and really proud of these seniors. We talked about it a little bit in the bottom of the 7th inning. Not a whole lot of hope, and then senior, get on base. 2 strikes, into the season on the line, 3 straight guys get on, and then just unfortunate that it ended the way it did, but really proud of these guys, and they had a remarkable season.
3 straight batters down to Mishawaka's last strike. They scored 2 runs on back-to-back RBI hits by A.J. Rosebush and Nick Bodel, who both had 2 strikes on them in the 7th inning. So again, the final 4-2, Hamilton Southeastern over the Cavemen. Congratulations on a magnificent season to John Hemmer and his Mishawaka Cavemen, to all the Cavemen and the coaching on that team. The first semi-state appearance in 22 years. Congratulations, Keith Kinder. Thanks to you for coming out and doing the game. Had a great time with you. And you start football workouts Monday, and it won't be long. We'll be cozy again with some interviews ourselves.
Well, thanks for having me. It was a lot of fun. Nice to get back up here.
That's right.
Yeah. So, yep, we're going to be at it Monday, 6 a.m.
All right. We'll see you then, or we'll see you sometime anyway.
Yeah,
we'll see
you won't be there.
That's right. Not necessarily Monday, especially at 6 a.m. But thanks again for coming out. We're the 4-2 again, the final here, as Mishawaka falls to Hamilton Southeastern, and we are sending it now to Darren Pritchett and Brendan King with South Bend Cubs baseball.
The home